What's up guys, today I'll be doing a part 2 of my explosive payload video. In the first one I got some feedback on some things I missed in the video, then also there were some myths in the comments I'm going to disprove or prove in this video. But anyways, I wanted to just add to the discussion with some of your guys' feedback of what you guys talked about in the comments of my first video. So let's get right into this. In my first video I showed damage numbers for explosive payload versus non-explosive payload hand cannon using the old-fashioned and Bear Devils since they're the same impact. And while those numbers were true, they're only true for majors. Explosive payload works differently for majors and red bars. As you see here, I'm going to re-show all the damage numbers on the majors. As you see, there's the 2 headshots. And now here are the body shots, first with Bear Devils, then with Old Fashioned because they're the same impact. I'm going to throw up the numbers on the screen and talk about them. So as mentioned in my first video, on majors, headshots do 22.1% more damage, and for body shots it does 30.6% more damage only on majors. Now if you look at red bars, which acts completely differently, right here you'll see the headshot damage numbers for the 2 weapons, and after that I'm going to show the body shot damage numbers, and it turns out it's actually quite a bit different number wise for red bars. As you see here, I'm grabbing the last few numbers for you guys on the screen. And right there is the last one. Now I'm going to throw up the numbers. So basically, on red bars, the explosive payload actually does less headshot damage than it does more body shot damage, just like it does on majors. And the reason why this is because majors have a natural damage resistance to bullets, but the explosive rounds does not count for that. Therefore, they do the same damage on red bars and majors, which is why majors get a higher buff. Also, another thing I saw in my comments by a lot of people is that explosive payload allows you to stagger enemies easier. As you see right here, 1 headshot and also 1 body shot made them stagger. Then using the old fashioned, doing the same thing, 1 headshot made him stagger and 1 body shot made him stagger. There is no correlation between explosive payload and staggering enemies. How this game works to make things stagger is by doing a % of their health bar in an X amount of time. So once you do enough damage, they will stagger as long as that damage is being dealt in a quick enough amount of time. As you see here, 2 headshots on these majors with both the Bear Devils and the Old Fashioned make them stagger. It has nothing to do with the perk. The only perk in the game that affects it is high cal rounds, and high cal rounds doesn't even make them stagger. It actually makes them flinch. As you see here, I'm shooting him and his head is flinching back, but he's not staggering until I reach that X amount of damage in X amount of time. And as you see in the slow-mo, explosive payload does not make them flinch either. All it does is make them stagger once you reach that damage threshold that any gun can do. Another thing people were saying is you have to take into account the area of effect damage of explosive rounds, and as you see right there, I couldn't even kill a thrall right next to another thrall with that damage. And in PvP, I'm going to go ahead and test the radius and damage drop off of explosive rounds by shooting the ground and seeing how far away I can still hit them. And as you see, the damage drop off is pretty severe. After I get more than like a 1.5 foot away, it's basically not doing damage. Then I eventually start hitting ones right in that area. As you see here, I hit 1 right there, and don't hit damage right there, so that's the full radius. Overall, I don't think the area effect damage is that big of a deal, because if I can't even kill 2 thrall right next to each other with the explosion damage, then is it actually going to make you killing them in less bullets anywhere in the game? Maybe, every once in a while, but probably not. Then currently in Destiny 2, you mainly use your kinetic / hand cannon for killing red bars, you use your energy weapon for killing shielded enemies and majors, then also you use your power weapon for killing shielded enemies, majors, then also boss damage. So most of the time when you're using your kinetic hand cannon, you're going to be using it on red bars, and explosive payload actually hurts you against red bars. You physically do less damage against red bars except your body shotting. But yet, body shotting with explosive payload is still a lot less damage of just hitting a crit with a different hand cannon, especially when other hand cannons in the game can buff your crit damage by 50%, 65%, including kill clip and rampage and perks like that. Overall, I think explosive payload in its current state actually hurts your ability in PvE as a player, and I would recommend not using it. Thanks for watching, catch you guys next time.